Imagine this. You're walking through life carrying a dream so powerful, so personal, that you feel the weight of it every single day. But here's the twist. God says, don't let the public know this. In a world where everything is shared and validated, what if the most powerful thing you could do is keep your vision to yourself and trust that God has a plan bigger than anyone can see? What happens when you rise above the noise and let your faith carry you forward, no matter how loud the world gets? Keep listening. This is a journey you don't want to miss. Do you ever feel like the world's just watching your every move? Like you're under a microscope and every step you take is being analyzed, dissected, and judged? It's as if no matter what you do, there's always someone ready to point out what's wrong or where you went wrong. But here's the reality. In the midst of all that, there's a power you can tap into if you learn to embrace silence. It's not about hiding or running away from the world. It's about recognizing that not everything you're carrying, not every dream you have is meant to be shared with the masses. God has placed something unique inside of you, something precious. And sometimes it's better to keep it to yourself for a while. There's strength in silence that the world can't see. But if you hold on to it, it will guide you in ways you can't even begin to imagine. Think about the times in your life when you've had to do things on your own, when you didn't have the approval or the attention of anyone around you. Think about how much you were able to accomplish when you weren't trying to explain yourself to anyone. Those moments of quiet strength are where real growth happens. No distractions, no outside pressure, just you and the task ahead of you. When you learn to keep things private, when you stop feeling the need to share every little detail with the world, something incredible happens. You tap into a deeper level of trust. You stop looking for validation from people who don't understand your vision, and you start trusting God's timing and God's plan. You realize that not everything has to be broadcast for it to be meaningful. Some of the greatest victories in life are the ones that are fought in silence. I know it's hard. I know it feels like you're being left out sometimes when everyone else is sharing their triumphs, their struggles, their breakthroughs for the world to see. But there's power in the quiet, in the things you don't need to tell everyone. When you keep something close to your chest, when you let God move in the background, that's when you truly start to see the fruit of your labor. It's in the quiet that God can shape you into who He wants you to be, without the distractions of other people's opinions clouding your mind. See, it's easy to get caught up in what everyone else is doing. We live in a time where social media is the king of validation, where everyone's success is displayed for all to see. But not every journey needs to be shared in public. Not every step you take needs to be documented. Some things are meant to be between you and God. Some things are meant to stay under the surface until the right time. And here's the kicker. When you embrace that silence, when you trust that God knows the bigger picture and that He's preparing something for you that the world isn't ready for yet, you gain a peace that nothing else can bring. You stop running to others for approval. You stop feeling the need to share every thought, every move, every victory. You just keep walking, knowing that God's got your back. And that's enough. Trusting in the process isn't something that comes easy. We live in a world where everything is expected to happen fast. We want instant results, immediate feedback, and quick success. But that's not how life works. God's plan, His timing, it's all a mystery to us. There's a reason He doesn't always show us the next step, and there's a reason He doesn't explain the whole journey up front. He's teaching us something deeper than just the destination. The process is what shapes us. It's in those moments when we don't see any immediate signs of progress that we learn to dig deeper within ourselves. We learn patience, faith, and resilience. It's not about rushing to get to the end point. It's about becoming the person who is capable of handling what God has prepared for us. God knows exactly what we need, when we need it, and how we need to grow. But to truly understand that, We have to let go of the need to control every moment and just trust in the unfolding of His plan. We've all been there, haven't we? The moment when we feel like we've been waiting forever for something to happen, when we start questioning whether it's ever going to come together. We begin to doubt the process because it doesn't look the way we expected it to. But what we don't see in those moments is the foundation that's being built beneath the surface. What we don't see is that every step, even the ones that feel like setbacks, are preparing us for something greater. Sometimes we want to see the end result now. We want the answer, the solution, the dream to manifest in front of us, and we want it today. But God doesn't work like that. His timing is perfect. It's not our timing. And that's hard for us to understand. We want to jump ahead, to skip the hard parts, to fast forward through the struggles. But those struggles are what refine us. They are what build our character, make us stronger, and prepare us for what's ahead. God's process isn't always about seeing the result right away. It's about learning to trust when nothing makes sense, when the road seems unclear. It's about faith in the unseen. When God says to trust the process, He's asking us to believe that everything is falling into place, even when we can't see it. He's asking us to walk in faith, not by sight. It's in those moments of uncertainty, when you don't know where the next step will take you, that you have to lean in the hardest, because it's then that the real work is being done. The work that prepares you for the breakthrough that's coming. This is what we often forget. We get so caught up in wanting things to happen fast, we forget that the real beauty, the real transformation happens in the wait. It's in the quiet, in the moments when we're alone with our thoughts, that we are shaped into the people we need to be. Trusting in God's process means believing that even when we don't have all the answers, He does. It means letting go of the need to rush and instead surrendering to the pace that He set. Every step, every challenge, every delay is part of the plan. It's not punishment, it's preparation. God isn't ignoring you. He's not keeping you in the dark. He's molding you, refining you, building a foundation in your life that's going to last. And when it's time, you'll see why it had to take this long. You'll understand why the wait was necessary, why the struggle was part of the growth. The process isn't just something you go through, it's something you grow through. It's in that growth that you'll find the strength and the wisdom to carry the blessings that are coming your way. In a world that's filled with noise, distractions, and constant opinions, it can be difficult to stay grounded in what truly matters. Everywhere you turn, there's someone or something pulling at your attention, trying to get you to shift your focus, trying to make you doubt the path you're walking. But if you want to truly rise above the noise, if you want to stay focused on the mission that God has given you, you have to learn how to filter out the distraction. It's not easy, though. We live in a society that celebrates instant gratification, that tells us that we need to be constantly connected, constantly aware of what's going on around us. We're told to look over our shoulders, to check in on what others are doing, to compare our progress with theirs. The world is loud, and it's easy to get caught up in it. But the truth is, the more you allow that noise to seep into your mind, the harder it becomes to hear your own voice, let alone God's. To rise above the noise means you have to take a step back and reclaim your peace. It means you have to stop reacting to every little thing, every bit of gossip, every opinion that comes your way. It means learning to tune out the distractions that don't serve you, the voices that don't align with your purpose, and the constant barrage of shoulds that try to dictate your path. The world wants you to be busy. It wants you to be overwhelmed. It wants you to feel like you're always falling short, always behind. But when you choose to rise above the noise, you stop giving that power away. It's about having the clarity to see what truly matters and not getting lost in everything else. There will always be voices trying to tell you what you should do, where you should go, and who you should be. But those voices will never carry the weight of the truth that God has placed within you. When you stay grounded in His Word and His plan, in the quiet moments of reflection, You begin to see the distractions for what they really are: temporary, fleeting, and ultimately irrelevant to the bigger picture. You've got to be willing to protect your peace. It's not something that can just be handed to you. It's something you have to fight for every single day. Every time you turn on the news, every time you scroll through social media, you're being bombarded with noise that tries to make you forget your purpose. But if you want to rise above, you got to guard your mind, guard your heart, and be selective about what you allow in. When you do, you'll find that you have a clearer focus, a deeper sense of peace, and a stronger conviction to move forward in the direction that God has called you to. Rising above the noise isn't about ignoring the world around you. It's about knowing where to place your energy, where to place your attention, and where to invest your time. It's about recognizing that not everything demands a response, and not everything requires your input. There will be moments when you need to step back, take a breath, and remind yourself that the noise of the world doesn't define you. It doesn't get to dictate your worth or your purpose. Only God has that power. The more you rise above the noise, the more you'll realize how much freedom there is in simply being still, being present, and staying true to the path you've been called to walk. The distractions will always be there, but they no longer hold the power to sway you, to pull you away from your true calling. You'll find peace in the quiet, strength in the stillness, and clarity in knowing that you are walking in alignment with something far greater than the fleeting opinions and distractions of this world. So rise above, stay grounded in the truth of who you are and who God says you are. Don't let the noise drown out the voice of the one who has already mapped out your journey. You don't need to react to everything. You don't need to prove anything. Just keep moving forward in faith, trusting that God is leading you exactly where you need to be. The noise will fade, but your purpose will remain stronger and clearer than ever. So as you leave here today, remember this: the world will always be loud. It will always try to pull you in 1,000 different directions, filling your mind with doubts, distractions, and demands. But in the midst of all that noise, you have a choice. You can rise above it. You can stay grounded in your purpose, trusting the process and keeping your eyes on what truly matters. God's plan for you is unfolding even when you can't see it, even when the road feels uncertain. Your strength is in the quiet, your peace is in the trust, and your power lies in staying focused on what God has called you to do. You don't need to shout your dreams to the world. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. Just keep walking in faith, one step at a time, and let God's timing work its magic. So, hold your peace. Trust the process. Rise above the noise. And when the time is right, the world will see the power that was hidden in the quiet, the strength that was built in the waiting, and the purpose that was revealed in your persistence. Keep moving forward with faith and trust that the best is yet to come.